Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Linda. I'm the old bird. Welcome to the Black CEO 60 Pluspreneur Group. The group was created as a place where 60 pluspreneurs can connect, learn, share, grow, and in their entrepreneurial pursuits. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. We have an amazing group member that is going to be joining me and telling us all about her business. I'm lending a helping hand to Lauren Brown as she's recovering from illness. And Lauren, we wish you the best and look forward to your speedy return, girl. Looking forward to seeing you back in the group at the helm of everything. This live talk show is airing to introduce us to one another. Someone in the group is your target market. So let's learn together. Now, our guest for tonight is Marjorie Joe Caesar. In the group, she is a member as M.J. Caesar. Her company is Akan Consulting Group. And if I'm not pronouncing that right, she'll get it straight when she comes on. What is the product? What does she do? And how will it benefit us? She is a financial strategist, and I would like to say a big hello to Marie Jo Caesar. Hi, Marie.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you so much for joining me live tonight in the group.
The pleasure is mine. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I can't wait to talk with you. I met you briefly, and you are a financial strategist, and you said you can help the group members by preparing for our future, even as senior citizens. So tell us what you do and how it can benefit us and help us in our lives with our finances.
I like that. I'm sure finances is in the middle there. Okay. Let me declare my interest. I can only help those who could help themselves and those who have a bit of money. I can make them work better for them.
That's right.
Yeah. So I am Mary Jo Caesar. If you are wondering about the accent, I am actually French. I just happen to be living in Bermuda. So I've lived in Bermuda for nearly 40 years now, but I'm originally from the island of Guadeloupe, which is a French island in the Caribbean.
Okay. Yes. Your accent is beautiful.
So I joined the group very recently, and I was kindly invited by Linda to come in and do a formal introduction. And I am very honored. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming aboard. We are so glad you are in the group.
Yeah, so I'm just entering this entrepreneurial space, okay, for the better part for all my adult life as an employee. I worked for corporate, okay, so I was in corporate. I came in Bermuda in my early 20s, and I always worked in corporate. I studied law, French law, that is. So probably had a very fulfilling career, which ended abruptly in January 2018. So so I spent my whole career path was spent in the financial space.
Okay.
So in the past 23 years, I was actually in the C-suite. I had created a setup, basically a publishing empire for a private group in Bermuda, where pension became compulsory. So everybody who worked has to have the company had to have a pension plan for their employees. And I'm talking about the private sector. Government has it anyway. So
Yes.
I set up the company and got it going. Not just the company is headquartered in Bermuda with
Okay.
a number of offices in the Caribbean, namely the Bahamas, the Cayman Islands, the Virgin Islands, etc. So I had to set up the company in all of those countries. So I have a wealth of experience with finance and not just the financial side, but also the strategic planning because I had to set up some profitable companies.
Yes.
Yes, but my passion is with financial literacy.
Okay.
I always wanted to empower my people in particular with by sharing what I know. And it's a matter of fact that us as a people, we tend to suffer. I always said always that we have this poverty and scarcity mentality, particularly
Yes.
particularly in women. And we think that money is we're always thinking about money, like and at the end of the day, it's just a mean. Okay,
Yes.
as I said always, money contribute to your happiness, and if you are happy, first happiness will make you money.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be worrying about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I know, having been there, and I'm a mother of two adult kids, and I see my daughter. She's also a professional. I could see the frustration, and I could see the anxiety that she has dealing with money. It's not that she's not making enough. It's just that she has a knowledge, but in her case, she doesn't have the time to set aside to handle, her financial affairs. So
Yes.
you find that to be the case, not just for the millennial, but for all of us. Because
Yes.
very often we got it mixed up. Like, okay, we make money. Because we make money doesn't mean that we know how to manage money.
That's right.
And, uh,
That's
and,
right.
and we are paying a big ignorance tax because
Yes.
because we don't know how to handle the money.
That's
Okay,
right.
right? So
Especially in business.
in business and I mean even running your household, and
Yes.
I mean I could tell you very seldom that I leave my house to go to the grocery store if I don't have a list.
Yes.
Okay, I have a budget for my groceries. Okay, and I mean, and this has worked for me very well. Educated two kids, they finished not another penny of student loan, etc., etc. So I consider myself a walking testimony of what good financial planning does. As I said, I
Yes.
was abruptly forced out and without any warning, and then doing like 15 months, and I'm still living my life. you know
Yes.
and which is great. It's almost like a feeling of freedom. Being freed, as I said, from the proverbial corporate plantation. now,
That's right.
now I have the time and to reinvent myself, and determine what I wanted to do. So I said, well, you know what? I still have a lot to um, to give. So why not reinvent myself and utilize my intellectual capital, and trade it for money, on income. So
That's right.
I'm in the process of setting up a consulting group that would uh, deal first with helping individuals, as I said, getting to achieve financial freedom and becoming, master of their finances. Because I really know, having advised thousands and thousands of people, and preparing them for the fulfillment of their dream, I know that we have a problem with money. I mean, our
Yes.
relationship with money need to be redefined
Yes.
because people have us believe that that big number over there, the millions that we need to retire, when in essence, we don't really need it. At first you got to determine your why, the purpose, what you want, and what kind of a life that you want, and then build your plan around that. Okay, and for some people, their best day is to, I don't know, walk their dog. How much is that?
Okay.
Is that costing you that much? So it is a matter of understanding exactly what type of life you want, and then take the money that you have and work it within your dream life.
Okay.
So it's
So
pretty.
you would be able to, we would be able to hire you
Yep. Hmm.
to teach us how to do financial planning in our personal lives.
Absolutely, and that's where my heart is. As I said, I would like to do that first, and eventually, I will also be able to help companies and enterprises do their financial strategy as well, or their financial planning, and make their company profitable. Position them for growth. But
Yeah.
as I said, my passion is to educate people and teach them from what I know, because I was able to do it, and I really believe that anyone could do it once they understand what it is. I always talk about the ignorance tax. If you don't know what you do with your money, you're going to pay for it. You know,
That's right.
yeah.
Now,
So mhm.
how young can we be? When I say how young can we be, would this be something that we could get our children involved in if
Absolutely.
they are college age or married? Or would we need to get our grandchildren involved in this as 10 years old or as a teenager? Give me some ages
Well, I
that
could
you
tell you,
can work with.
as long as your kid understand the role that money plays in one's life, okay, they have to be, they don't teach us about financial literacy. So
That's right.
that's why those kids, when they finish college and they got they have a huge astronomical student loan looming over there.
Yes,
Okay, they believe in plastic. Okay, because you don't see it, so you think
that's
that
right.
so they become they carry debt forever. Okay, when they shouldn't. That is necessary for something like buying a house and whatnot. But that's something that you could control. You could
Yes.
mitigate the way it works. So to answer
Mhm.
your question, there is no specific age, and I could tell you that is a personal, if you will, example that I could give you. I will never forget. My daughter must have been 8, and it was a Saturday. I was taking her to a birthday party, and
Okay.
I realized that I forgot to tell her dad something. So I had to turn around and go back to my house. This was before, uh, as I said, this was before cell phone.
Yes.
So I had to turn around, go to my house, and give him the message. And he was so annoyed because I was taking up her time from being at her friend's birthday party. So I told her, well, she said to me, well, mommy, why don't you have a cell phone? And back then, those cell phones were just coming out. Like, she's 37 and she was like 8. So,
Yes.
and I said, well, a cell phone? I don't have any money for a cell phone. And so, she sat in the back and she was sulking, and my pocketbook was in the back. So of course she went into there, and so when when I turned around to take her back to the party, she said to me, "Mommy, you lied to me." I said, "What do you mean I lied to you?" She said, "Look, you have all of these checks." No, so she opened my pocketbook, took out my checkbook, and saw all these checks. Back then that's what we used, right? We used checks.
Yes.
And she said, "You have all these checks, so you must have money. Why don't you go and buy your cell phone?" And I could tell you this really sent the message home. Okay.
Mhm.
So when I
Mhm.
came back, I say from this day forward, I am going to sit both my kids, and my son, poor him, he was like 2. the guy couldn't even read, but he was
Yes.
up in his little high chair while I was, because I did a budget. I had a budget book, and I, my income and all my expenses, my husband, mine, and we had a rental unit, all of that stuff, and I said, you guys just sit down here and see exactly what it is that we make, what it is that we spend, and you would see at the end of the month, it's nothing to spare. I have to do a rob Paul to pay Peter.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what I'm telling you. It is never too early to teach them
Okay.
things, okay? Because money is just a mean to get somewhere. Money is
Yes.
not, it's not, I mean, now you don't even see it. You just get your bank statement that tells you got XYZ dollars on your account. So,
Okay.
yeah, so this is good for financial literacy, in my humble opinion, should be a part of in every curriculum in the schools.
Yes.
The kids would know, what it is. But I'm determined to, to champion a movement to
Yes.
eradicate that. And this stem from the whole poverty and scarcity mentality that we have, and it's more
Yes.
prevalent in our people, and
Yes.
in ladies as well. And
Yes.
and how are we going to do it? Is just by spreading and continue to spread financial literacy throughout the world. So whichever we do it, we got to start doing it. So that's my ultimate. That's my. I really feel that I have a mission in life to do that. And but in the meantime, I mean, you got to, as long as you're alive, you got to live, and you got to earn something. So my
Excuse me.
business is to help those who are short of time or short of knowledge, sit with them, um, teach them how to, first of all, determine what they want in life, and start looking at their expenses and determine. Because when you take a look, last month, for example, I always, even my daughter, I said, you tell me how you spent your money for last month, because she's always complaining about being short. And she
Mm-hmm.
realized that, oh my God, I should have not eaten out so much. Look how much money I spent eating out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But as long as you got the money in your account, you feel that, but it's a mindset change, that
Yes.
that money is there, but you got to spend less than you make. And unfortunately, that is not what is happening right now. So
That's right.
yeah, so everybody in America in particular, you have this financial score and all that kind of stuff, that your credit score, that is stopping you from doing a lot of things. But it's no need to have a bad credit score if you know how to manage your finances. And so my
Well,
go ahead.
Marie, where do we contact you? This is amazing and something that we all, I'm pretty sure everybody in the group needs help in this area, whether it is for ourselves or again for our children or our grandchildren. So,
Absolutely.
do you have a website? How do we contact you other than in the group?
Well, I could give you my Facebook page, and what I like to do, I like to reach out to people reaching out to me through Messenger first, so I could talk to them, because it's important to have a discovery assessment, because everybody's circumstances are different, and then
Okay.
based on what is needed, what kind of repair that you need, if you will, or what kind of service that you need, I will design a course for you, a program for you, and I like to do it in a 12 for 12 months, but with a 6 months check, if you will, but with a monthly um, one-on-one, where I would have a one-on-one with you at your pay cycle, to make sure that all your bills are paid, to make sure that, I would follow you until I feel that you are equipped enough to handle your finances. Because at the end of the day, what I want to do, I want to be able to get people to spend less than they earn and to start saving. And when they save sufficient money, then we could start looking at investing. Because because saving and investing are two different things. So,
Okay.
first you got to build a base, and from having built your base, you could start investing.
So
So
what is your Facebook page so we
it's
can contact you?
it's MJ Caesar, M
MJ.
Caesar.
Okay.
Right. So that's what it is for now, and I will be releasing my business page within the next 2 weeks or less time, and then I will be able to either reach out to you, or we could do a follow up, conversation, a quick one,
Okay.
or I will post it in the group.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do. So right now we can
Mhm.
reach you on your personal Facebook page.
Correct. Hmm.
Okay. Everybody, Marie said that she will definitely post her new business page as soon as it is up and completed in the group. And contact Marie. If you are her target market, you need her services, contact her. She said, send her a direct message or send her a message on Messenger, and she can kind of get to know what your need is and customize a strategy just for us. You said for 6 months.
Yeah. Well, I like to take a 12 month approach, but people like to see their money grow. So I'm not going to put you in jail for a whole year, and then you don't know how you're progressing. You see what I mean? So
I got you.
it's a very dynamic. We will have monthly one-on-one, because I want to be able to follow. I don't like to call it a budget as such. People get a bit taken aback when you say budget, but we all need a financial plan. You need to know how much money that you're going to be spending for your out of your paycheck for your groceries. Okay, you know how
Yes,
much your car insurance is. You should be able to amortize that over the year. So when the time comes to pay for the insurance, you don't have to wonder, to start scratching where you don't itch. You know
that's
what I
right.
mean? So
That's right.
it's all about preparing people. It's all about, and once you understand how to, the role that money plays in your life, and that's what I want to do. I really want to help people redefine their relationship with money.
Okay. Now, Marie, I really appreciate you joining us tonight.
The pleasure
I'm
is all
going to
mine.
I'm going to get back with you and make certain that in a couple of weeks you post your
Yep.
um, business page link in the group. And everybody, thank you for joining me. If you have any questions at all for Marie, ask them in the feed, and she will be looking in the group. She's a group member. She's here with us. Ask her your questions there, and she'll answer. And if you need to hire her services, send her a direct message. Marie, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for, I'm going to say thank you for deciding to take the call upon your life and to help everybody with their financial strategy, because it is a very necessary business.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
wish you the most success in it.
Thank you. As I said, my goal is to add value to my clients' financial life.
Amen. Thank you so much, Marie. And we'll be talking with you again.
Yes, you will. Thanks for having me. Have a good night.
You too. Everybody, thank you for joining me. And if you have not scheduled your time to come on live and talk about your business and tell us what you do, please send me a direct message and schedule a time to come on and tell us what you do. Because, like I said, somebody in the group is your target market. We are here in the group. We are a family. We need to know what each one of us is trying to accomplish with our businesses so we can recommend each other to somebody that we may meet that is in need of our services or our products. So again, if you have not scheduled your interview or your time on, please give me a direct message, reach out to me, and I'll schedule a time to come on with you. Thanks again, Marie, and you have a blessed night.
And you do the same. Thanks. Okay. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.